Welcome back to Pause to Unedit Yourself, a podcast where reflection meets transformation. I'm your host, Anushka, and each episode offers you a chance to press pause and explore bite sized insights and soulful reflections from my own journey of introspection, in the hope it will help you too on your path of personal evolution. Whether you're feeling stuck, seeking clarity, or simply wanting to expand, my hope is that this becomes a space of inspiration and deep remembering, guiding you to evolve from within and uncover the infinite potential that lives inside each and every one of you. Thank you to everyone who has continued to tune in and press pause. Each time I sit down to record, the intention is that it will reach someone out there who needs to hear it. We are all on our own journeys and we are all beacons of light guiding each other home. And in today's episode, I wanted to explore a topic that's everywhere at the moment, and that is manifestation. And it's a topic that I have really dived deep into to really explore what does it actually mean. And I want to explore what true manifestation is. What if the life you are trying to chase is already here, just waiting for you to become it? I want you to explore what does it truly mean to create your desired reality, and how can we become a match for the life we long for, starting now. So, yes, there are a lot of manifestation techniques, and there's an endless amount of masterclasses, and it can become somewhat quite overwhelming. I have explored this topic in detail, and I really wanted to get to the root of it, because with everything, I like to get to the root of it and simplify it. But let's start with actually asking ourselves, what is manifestation? Have you ever wondered what manifestation really actually means beyond the vision boards and all of the affirmations? So, when I started looking at the origin of the word, it actually comes from the verb manifestar in late Latin, which actually means to make visible or to display. So, if you think about it, what we are actually doing when we manifest, we are bringing the unseen into the seen. So, manifestation literally means the act of making something visible or real. It's making visible of what already exists. It's revealing the energy of what has already happened. Let that sit with you for a second. And so, as I kind of explore this a bit more, it really kind of started tying into what I've been studying in Kabbalah. And one of the key lessons that I actually learned was that everything we desire already exists. The universe, source, creator has already given us what we desire. So the simple fact that we desire it means it already exists. So the only thing that is really holding us back from achieving that, what we desire, is ourselves, is our limiting belief. You see, many of us live in this chronic state of disbelief when it comes to our ability to shape our lives. And when you start exploring it, the truth is you are the creator of your reality. The life you dream, it's not just a distant possibility. It is something you can create, but only if you believe in yourself. So when you believe in your future self, the future you have to start aligning your emotions to that vision. You have to already feel the emotions associated with that desired future. Because when you do, you start to manifest it, you start to live it, and it starts becoming real. It's a feeling, it's all about the feeling. But if you're trapped in the emotions of your past, which is fear, anger, resentment, judgment, what you're creating is a reality rooted in those experiences. Yeah. Think about it. Half the story you're living, it may not even be true. It's just this narrative. It's just a script on repeat that you've been repeating. And so you end up living a miserable life because you are believing a lie that you have told yourself. And it's these emotions that often stem from past memories. And so what happens is we end up being addicted to this emotion, and it causes us to behave as though we're still living in the past. So if you believe more in your past than in your future, well, you know what's going to happen? Your life is going to reflect that. All those negative emotions, you know what? It can be so addictive. I know, I've been there. And it's those negative emotions that tie us to this narrative of what was. But here's the question: why not choose to believe in a different story? Well, because to do that, you need to overcome your past. The question you need to ask yourself is, what memories and emotions are you still carrying that are silently shaping you now? And this is something that I had to sit with for a very long time. Why? Because you see, our mindset, it's all about our mindset, and that mindset shapes our experience. And we have to dig deep. And when we possess that inner power, to change our beliefs. And in doing so, it really starts to transform our reality. So imagine you're carrying this heavy backpack and it's filled with rocks, and each rock represents a belief that something is hard, it's too challenging. And as you walk, that weight of the backpack, it slows you down and it makes every single step feel more challenging. But then you realize that the rocks aren't glued to the backpack. They're actually just placed there by you. And so now you have this awareness. You start to remove the rocks one by one, one by one. And as you lighten the load, the path ahead, it becomes easier to navigate. And so, just like the rocks, the beliefs that make life feel heavy, and they're not permanent fixtures. They can all be released. You know, you have the power to lighten your journey. It's all in your hands. And with each belief that you let go of, the path becomes clearer, it becomes lighter, and it becomes more manageable. You get more clarity. So think about this. What if the weight you're feeling isn't actually from life, but from the beliefs you no longer need to hold? For a long time, I sat with this and I realized that, we're all kind of start off by being victims of our circumstance. It's, uh, it's a mindset that we kind of are programmed into, that we fall into. And it's only with awareness that we start seeing life in a different way. And so being a victim of a circumstance is because we allow those past experiences to control our emotions. And as soon as you sort of start getting awareness around it, and you're seeing where those emotions come from and how they are controlling you, you start to master your life. You start to free your body and your mind from the past. Because in reality, do you live in the past or in the present? It's the eternal now. We don't live in the past. But I really know this process of changing the narrative, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And it requires a lot of inner work. It requires a deep dive into your emotions, into those narratives. It requires ultimately letting go of all of those deeply ingrained thoughts and actions and behaviors that I personally realized were programmed in lack. So, in that realm of manifestation, if you want to be wealthy, then you have to start thinking, feeling, and acting like someone who is already wealthy, who's already abundant. And this doesn't mean that you ignore your current reality. No, it just means that you start stepping into that realm of creation. We are born to create, not react. Somewhere along the line, we have actually forgotten how to create. And so, the empowering part of it, that we are creators of our reality, step into it. Step into that reality that you desire. And from there, you embody those emotions of your future self, step by step, day by day. And so you start asking yourself, who would I be if I already had the life I dreamed of? Who is that person? What are they doing? My dream is I have a beach house in Ibiza, right? That is my dream. And every day you start to feel it, even if it hasn't happened yet. Can you feel it? Can you feel that emotion? Can you feel that vibration? There is a saying that I came across, I think it's by Joe Dispenza, and he says, your personality create your personal reality. So, how you think, how you act, and how you feel shapes your personality. And if your personality creates your personal reality, if you want a new reality, then you must first change your personality, right? So, what does this mean? Three things: change your thoughts, become aware of both your conscious and subconscious thoughts. Two, change your actions. Stop blaming everyone else, your environment, and start taking responsibility for how you show up. And three, change your feelings. Overcome emotions tied to lack and start embodying the emotions of your desired future. It's that simple. Thoughts, actions, and feelings. If you want to create a life of abundance, you must stop thinking and acting as though you are in lack. That scarcity mindset. So let's look at this. The emotion of lack is actually rooted in separation. It's the distance between where you are and where you want to be. And so the harder you try to fight it, to force your way to abundance, the more that you reinforce the belief that you don't have it. So instead, start feeling and acting as though abundance already is yours. And you can start today by asking yourself, what's one thought or behavior you could change today to become more like the future you? You create your life by what you think, say, and do. So to change your life, you really have to think differently. You have to speak differently and you have to do differently. That's it. You are the creator of your life. Once I realized that, the penny dropped. It's like when you overcome the emotions tied to lack, you really master your ability to create because you realize abundance already exists. Everything you desire already exists. And this is the process of becoming. So, how do you become a magnet for your desired reality? It's all about aligning your mind, body, and your actions. Because when your behavior matches your intentions and your thoughts, emotions, and actions, they're all in harmony. You stop working against yourself and you start creating from wholeness. What does that look like? Well, here are a few things that I learned. You have to stop thoughts like I can't or nothing will change. That mindset, because your beliefs shape your reality. If you think nothing is going to change, nothing will change. If you think I can't do something, you won't be able to do it. If you reframe it and say, I can do this, it will. If you say it will all change, it will. You don't know how, but it's that mindset. Another thing is you have to step outside of that comfort zone. And because that transformation, it lives outside of your comfort zone. So you have to make new and sometimes uncomfortable choices. And another thing, which is hard to do, but you can do it, is about distancing yourself from people and environments that you've outgrown that reinforce the version of you that you are no longer becoming. You have to let go of old habits and thoughts and environments that no longer serve your future self. And that's a hard one because when you're on this journey, people will want to see you in a certain way, the way that they've always seen you. And for you to go where you want to go, you have to grow and you have to step away from the environments that no longer serve you. And that's okay. So we're energetic beings. And through that, we are magnets. And in the same way, when you think about it, when you become a magnet for wealth, you attract wealth. When you become a magnet for health, you attract health. When you become a magnet of love, you attract love. When you become a magnet of joy, you attract joy. You must become the magnet of whatever it is you want to bring into your life. Manifestation is actually the effect. You are the cause. So be that magnet first, and then the manifestation will happen second. Think about what frequency are you currently radiating out into the world right now? And if you are a magnet, what are you currently attracting? What I realized was that the emotion is the end product of an experience. And so to create this new experience, it really starts by choosing this new emotion that we want to experience. And if you continue reliving those emotions tied to past memories, it's going to keep you stuck in those old patterns. So if you want to create a new experience, you must first feel the emotions of that future. And you have to start bridging that gap between. One of the most powerful emotions is to feel gratitude. Feel gratitude of what you already have, that it already exists. Feel it every single day and be thankful to universe, to source, to creator. Feel that joy of um, what is it that you desire in your future self, in your future environment, that future you. Feel that abundance before the evidence shows up, because that is what collapses the gap between where you are and where you want to be, between who you are and who you are becoming. It's that simple. There's no other magic tricks. It's really that. So I'm going to leave you with the 3 steps to manifesting that life you desire. And it's everything I have learned so far. And I wanted to simplify it without any of the master classes. It's really simple. 1 is know that you are the creator of your life. True change, it requires believing in a future reality even before you see it. Create a vision of your desired reality and set daily intentions that align with it. Take full responsibility, and that means releasing blame, excuses, and old stories that no longer serve your evolution. Second is break free from the emotion of lack. Yeah, lack, it's really that sense of separation of what you want, and it's tied to time. Lack is the illusion that you are separate from what you want. And it really shows up as that fear, comparison, urgency, judgment. So instead of trying harder or forcing those outcomes, embody abundance and stay aligned with those emotions of your desired reality. Let your energy lead. Be calm, be grounded, be trusting, and really have certainty. that's it. Really have certainty that what is meant for you, if it's for your highest good, it will reveal itself to you. Manifestation is not about forcing outcomes, it's about matching the frequency of what you want. And three, embody the energy of your future self. Ask yourself, if it were already done, how would I think? How would I feel? How would I speak? How would I choose? Act, think, and feel as if your desired reality is already here. Use daily tools like meditation and visualizations. And my ultimate is gratitude to keep that vision alive and real every single day. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receiving. So live in that vibration of already having it. So align your personality with that future version of yourself, because when you stop chasing, you start attracting, and your reality shifts to match your frequency. And so the next time you ask, where's my manifestation? Ask instead, what am I being a magnet for? Because your future isn't waiting for you out there, it's waiting for you to become it. You are the magnet, you are the creator, and your desired reality is already yours. Manifestation is the effect, you are the cause. So, as I close out this episode, I want you to take a moment to yourself and ask yourself, what am I being a magnet for right now? Notice the thoughts, the emotions, and actions you have been living in. Are they rooted in the past, or are they aligned with the future you desire? Breathe into your heart and allow yourself to feel one emotion your future self lives in, whether that's peace, abundance, love, or joy. Let it rise in you as if it's already here, because it is. You are not waiting on your future. Your future is waiting on you to become it. Your time is valuable. It's the most precious commodity. So thank you so much for being here and sharing this space with me. And thank you for pressing pause and choosing to journey inward and daring to become the highest expression of yourself. As always, I use these episodes as reminders for myself, like mini guides that you can refer to whenever you need a check in with yourself for a moment of recalibration. So feel free to save them and share them with someone who might need to hear them. And please do share your comments and feedback too. It will help me to know what resonates for you and what you would like to hear more of. See you on the next episode.